Welcome to the deep dive. You've probably seen the ads. You know the ones, luxury cashmere, a strong London heritage, and prices that just seem a little too good to be true.
Hmm.
Today, we're doing the deep dive you asked for into the brand Velenor London. We're going to stick to the source material and analyze their claims purely through the lens of consumer transparency.
And before we get started, we have to state this clearly. This is educational commentary and consumer analysis. It is not medical advice or financial guidance.
Right.
Now let's get right into it because this is where the data gets really interesting. The Velenor website. It launched on November 5th, 2025.
Wow. Okay. So they went from what, not existing to being a fully stocked international e-commerce brand in about 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
Our sources point out that legitimate cashmere companies, they spend years building supplier relationships in Inner Mongolia.
Yeah.
Years.
Exactly. That kind of speed, it clashes pretty dramatically with this whole luxury heritage story they're telling.
So let's talk about that story, specifically their location and transparency.
Yeah, let's dig in there.
On their About page, the word London appears 17 times. 17. But there's zero physical address.
And right away, that's a problem. There's a legal requirement for legitimate UK companies. They have to display their company's house registration number.
And Velenor's footer doesn't have it.
It's completely missing. And that registration, that's the digital proof that a business is legally incorporated and actually verifiable in the UK. Without it, you're basically dealing with a ghost.
And the domain registration itself.
It points back to a privacy service in Toronto, of all places.
Yeah.
And a security analysis we saw gave the site an abysmal trust score. We're talking 8 out of 100. 8. It flagged hidden ownership and, misleading geographic claims.
Okay, so if they're not verifiably in London, the next question has to be, can the product itself be real?
Let's get into the cost of goods. This is sort of an interesting math problem.
It really is. So here's the basic context you need. Grade A Mongolian cashmere, the real stuff. It costs manufacturers between 45 and 60 pounds per kilogram wholesale.
Now, a single hoodie needs about 400 to 600 grams of fiber. So you're already looking at a significant material cost before you even think about knitting, labor, shipping, quality control.
Damn profit.
And a sustainable retail margin, right? A genuine cashmere hoodie should probably retail for north of 200 pounds, easily.
But Velenor is selling theirs for 133 pounds.
And the math just doesn't check out, that price. It's just not enough to cover the material, the labor, the shipping for genuine cashmere, let alone support a, supposedly high-cost operation in London.
This is where the investigation gets truly granular, because the deep dive found something pretty wild.
The photos, you mean?
The photos, the exact same professional studio photographs that Velenor uses. They appear on 47 different wholesale websites.
47, including huge platforms like AliExpress and DHgate.
And what do those sites say the material is?
Well, that's the thing. Those suppliers are pretty open about it. They describe the fiber as an acrylic polyester blend, not cashmere.
So this isn't a one-off error.
No, it's a pattern. The source material identified this as part of a whole network, cycling through the same playbook. Brands like Velenor London, they all claim heritage, advertise a huge sale, and then ship cheap synthetic fabric.
And that operational pattern flows right into the customer experience, I'd imagine.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The predecessor site, Velenor London, it had a 1.3-star rating on Trustpilot, over 131-star reviews.
And what were the complaints? Let me guess.
The pattern is incredibly consistent. Weeks-long shipping delays from Asia, products arriving made of the wrong material, and no care labels.
Yeah, and the returns.
The return policy is the real logistical hurdle. It requires customers to pay for expensive international shipping, we're talking 20 pounds to 35,000 postage, to send it back to Ningbo, China. It's basically designed to make returns impossible.
But the company still accepts major credit cards via Shopify, which is interesting.
It's a calculated move. They use payment methods with buyer protection because they know they can capture those initial purchases before the inevitable wave of chargebacks begins.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? This deep dive really highlights the importance of vetting corporate transparency.
Right.
You have to compare retail prices against known material costs and, recognize these consistent patterns in shipping and customer feedback. If the story is fake and the price is impossible, the product probably isn't what they claim.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this analysis reveals just how well certain operations understand and capitalize on what you could call Instagram shopping behavior. They're bypassing credibility for algorithmic visibility.
That's a great point.
So the final thought for you to consider is this. How can we as consumers get better at distinguishing between actual verifiable luxury, which is transparent about its sourcing and its price,
Hmm.
and products that just use marketing tactics designed to capture that first impulsive click? That's something worth mulling over.